WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. It's All-Star Weekend in the NBA, and the crew is here to break down the festivities. Now, guys, there's a new format for the All-Star game. Filip, we'll start with you. You like this new format? It's very different.
You know, I like it. I feel like, as of recently, I've had no intention to watch the All-Star game just because it's so boring and it's so predictable. I mean, you see alley-oops, you see all this, no defense. But this year, they added a new spice to it. I mean, we see Westbrook and Durant play with each other again, Kyrie and LeBron, Joel Embiid versus everybody. So we see these little matchups that are interesting within the game. And I think it's going to be really fun to watch.
Douglas, you like it?
I like the change, but I wish they would have televised the draft or done the draft right there on the court before the game. That would be nice. And the only reason why they don't do it is because someone has to get picked last, someone's feelings are going to get hurt. But it's really not your feelings getting hurt when you're an all-star. It's an honor. It's supposed to be recognizing how good you've been all year. So I like the change because it needed a change. Not many people were watching the All-Star game before this, so we'll see how it works out.
Not to mention you're an adult. You know, you're an all-star.
Right. Feelings can be sacrificed.
I'd take being picked last in the All-Star game any day of the week. I don't know about you guys. How you feel about it?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think mixing the East and West teams together allows for players to play with people that they wouldn't play with normally. And I think to address the no defense portion that everyone seems to get hung up on. Last year after the All-Star game, Chris Paul called Commissioner Adam Silver and said we could do better. I think this year the All-Stars can come out a little more defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. It's definitely, in my opinion, a step towards that 1 through 16 seeding rule for the playoffs that they're going to, at least some people are trying to get that done. I personally like it, but again, the defense needs to be addressed. I think a lot of guys just don't want to get injured, but I still think 110%, that's a little too much, but just a little more effort than what they've been putting in, every single year, because the All-Star game, it's pretty boring, come on. So I personally like the decision, but yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
So we have two captains, Team LeBron, Team Curry. They picked over, was it even like a media call? I know it was kept very privately.
I think they both just filled out a ballot and were just side by side while doing it.
I know they obviously were together when they did it, but nothing really released. A phone call, yeah, and someone oversaw it. So when you look at Team LeBron, Team Curry, Dante, we'll start with you. Do you favor a certain team? These are pretty cool teams that they're mixed up, but is there a certain one you favor?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look first at the starting lineups that these two teams picked. Steph Curry, you see him there with James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, and the big front court duo of Giannis and Joel Embiid. Team LeBron, injuries have plagued their team. They have had 4 All-Stars get replaced due to injuries since they've picked the teams. But him playing with Kyrie and then him and Kevin Durant, 2 of the best scorers in all situations in the league today. I tend to favor Steph Curry's team. I just like their shooting. They're a little more clutch down the stretch. They have size. I prefer them to LeBron's team, but this is going to be a heck of a game.
Steven, who do you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, definitely before all those injuries took place, I would have completely favored LeBron having more of the advantage, but Team Steph Curry, I mean, you can't really sleep on them either, but I still got to give the edge to LeBron. You got the best forward in the game, the second best small forward in the game, and then you got Anthony Davis, the best power forward in the game. So when you got those guys, you definitely got to go in that direction.
You guys agree?
Yeah, LeBron's team. The last 3 MVPs of the All-Star game are on LeBron's team. Russell Westbrook twice, Anthony Davis. Dropped 50 in the All-Star game last year. Those two are going to show out. Westbrook is always giving 110%. He's always going to give the most effort in this game. And to me, it boils down to Westbrook trying harder than everyone else.
Filip, I mean, boy Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, I think Westbrook just goes full-blown try hard in these. So we're going to see him try to drop another 50 again. So that's going to be fun, I guess.
Filip, keeping it with you, the reserves, very interesting reserves. Is there a certain dark horse in the reserves? Is there anyone that stands out to you?
Well, up until DeMarcus Cousins got injured, I thought Westbrook would be the dark horse in the reserves, but both teams are stacked. I mean, if you take a look at the reserves, you can see that it's obviously full-blown all-stars. But I think if I had to pick one guy, I think Damian Lillard really sticks out because he's just built for the All-Star game. Shooting threes, you got Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Karl Anthony Towns on Team Curry, and Victor Oladipo, Bradley Beal, Paul George, Andre Drummond, and LaMarcus Aldridge closing out Team LeBron. I mean, a lot of replacements for Team LeBron, obviously, due to injury, but the team is still stacked.
Team Curry has the better bench, and I think Jimmy Butler is going to have a really good game. He's going to be able to hit from 3. They're going to obviously have a bunch of 3-point attempts in this game, and Jimmy Butler is the type of guy that's having a great season this year. I feel like he's going to be trying to prove something as a part of the Minnesota Timberwolves' first time representing them as an All-Star.
Douglas, that was funny. You said Team Curry had the better bench, but you like Team LeBron's team
Absolutely.
better?
Absolutely, because Anthony
How?
Davis is a former MVP with 50 points
That's only
in
'cause
last
he's-
year's All-Star game.
It's only because he had the home court
And then
advantage, though.
Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook.
They kept
It's a
feeding him.
homer pick.
Okay, well then Russell Westbrook is my other point. He's a
good.
two-time
That's a good
MVP. He has won this game before and risen the hardware at the end of it. So
But it's not before, it's right now. And right now, Team Curry has a much deeper team. I personally like Karl Anthony Towns. He's coming into the All-Star game. 10 of his last 11 games, he's had a double-double.
Let's be real. Big men in All-Star games don't matter at all. It's all about
Karl
the guards.
Anthony Towns is
It's
a
all
different
about-
beast, though.
It's all about the highlight plays. That doesn't matter.
I think one guy that you really have to look at though is Victor Oladipo because he's had something to prove the whole season. Not having Russell Westbrook being traded to the Pacers, now it's going to be I believe it's his first All-Star game, so it definitely has something to prove in there. And like I said, now he doesn't have Russell Westbrook, number one option in Indiana, so I think he's definitely someone to watch in the All-Star game.
Now, taking away from the big game, it's a whole weekend of events. Chris Douglas, we'll start with you. Anything to look forward to? All these challenges, does a certain one stick out to you?
my personal favorite every year is the Rising Stars Challenge. I loved watching Jamal Murray light it up last year. He absolutely turned it on in the second half, and to me that was the most entertaining part of the weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing that again. And I want to see Jamal Murray repeat as an MVP, honestly. I always root for the world team as opposed to the Team USA. I don't know why. I guess it's because Porzingis was on it last year, and now Ntilikina's on it this year. But I can't wait for the Rising Stars Challenge. That's what I have circled this weekend.
Philip?
And I'm really looking forward to the three-point challenge because this year we have a lot of great shooters in there. But I have one guy that really sticks out, and that's Wayne Ellington with the three ball, man. He's shooting 84% of his shots are from behind the three-point line. That's ridiculous. And he's shooting about 45%. I mean, he's obviously a sleeper because you got guys like Clay and Harden in there, but he's my pick for sure.
Dante?
I know the dunk contest has had a bad rap the past few years, but I think this year's field is amazing. Victor Oladipo, Dennis Smith Jr., who tries to destroy the rim every time he goes up. Larry Nance Jr., his father was in the dunk contest. DJ Khaled is a judge for this thing. It's going to be the most entertaining thing of the All-Star Weekend, and deservedly so. It's going to main event.
As long as it's not like last year's dunk contest, I think we're going to be good.
No, it'll be good.
Yeah, definitely. The dunk contest is definitely something to watch, but the skills challenge definitely can't be slept on either. A lot of the big guys last year definitely showed out. Porzingis, who won it last year, now he's injured, so got some filler slots in there. But me being a homer, Nets homer, I got to go with Spencer Dinwiddie as a sleeper. But Andre Drummond, you can't sleep on him either. He's one of the best passing big men in the league right now.
It's going to be a fun weekend indeed. That's all the time we have for this episode of WP Sports Desk. Thank you to our analyst crew and studio manager, Al Clarke. From Studio B in Hobart Hall, I'm Chris Turner-Demondo. We'll see you next time.